it's your girl Nadia Victoria, and I'm coming through with some beginning of the week energy. See what Spirit has to say. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome to Manifestation Goddess LLC, where we are over here healing to abundance. And how do we do that, Nadia? Well, we do that by letting go of anything that is no longer serving us. If it's not for our highest good, we releasing it. We're healing from it. Whatever we got to do so that it does not hinder us from where we're trying to go. Okay? So that's how we get that abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, and that financial prosperity too, because we're not carrying around those burdens like that anymore. So now we can truly focus on our what we truly came here to accomplish. All right. But yes, and to my returning visitors, I appreciate you so much for your continued support. I do have 3 requests of all of you. If you have not already, please, number 1, hit that like button if I say anything that resonates with you. Number 2, if the message is so beneficial to you in any way, I ask that you would share it with someone that you know can benefit from this message as well. And then even if it's just confirmation for them, you know what I'm saying? Something y'all were talking about a week or 2 ago, you know what I'm saying? Something y'all was talking about earlier today, and now here this message comes through and it's just the bell rings like, oh my God, we were just talking about this. Share it, you know what I'm saying? And lastly, I would like for you to hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the bell, and that way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video, okay? So that you can get this firsthand message from Spirit. Yes, I do have a website, manifestationgoddessllc.com, where you can get things like these incense, spiritual aura, white sage, and so many more, along with sage, t-shirts with positive affirmations, and manifestation oils that come with prayers to help you manifest those things, help you with changing that mindset to really manifest the things that you desire. And if you don't want to purchase anything, you can still donate to this channel. All of the information is in my description box below this video. But God, I thank you for each and every person here today. I ask that you would cover us all from the crown of our heads to the soles of our feet with your divine white light of love and compassion. I ask that whatever each of us stand in need of today, that you would meet that need, whether it be healing, whether it be new jobs, whether it be that a loan approval for that home. I ask that you meet that need today. And also I ask that you would shield us with a fiery wall of protection. So when that enemy, that hater, that naysayer comes to try and deter us, stop us, stagnate us, trying to hold us down and keep us from moving forward, we ask that you don't allow none of that energy to infiltrate our being. Every hex, every curse, every spell, every evil word spoken against us is now ineffective. It's void. It's powerless. And we actually, all the negativity that they send it back to them so they can experience it for themselves and learn a valuable lesson. And once you teach them a valuable lesson, heal them and send them on back to your side, away from that dark foolishness. I yield myself to you now. I give you full permission to speak through me with power, authority, clarity. Speak so that someone will get answers, solutions, and divine guidance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Amen, amen, amen. Yes, you guys, so I have been meditating a little bit here, but actually, Spirit gave me this message over the weekend. It's just that I'm just now making time to sit down with you guys. Summertime is like, for me, guys, it's like I can be out. I can soak up this sun. I was telling somebody just last night, it's like I want to soak up every bit of my off days, my weekend. You know what I'm saying? I want to soak it all up because I know on Monday it's back to work, and you may know the same. I want to soak it up. I want to enjoy every minute of it. And that's just so important. Like, okay, I know I got to go back to work Monday. I know I got to go back to work Tuesday or whatever day you go back. So when you're off, make it about you, spending time with you, self-care, self-love, spending time with the people that mean the most to you. Get out here and enjoy. I know it's 90 something degrees in a lot of places. When that sun go down, try to get you some of that sunshine. I know I'm a couple of shades darker than someone because I done been out there and I don't care. It's all right. Ain't a little extra melanin ain't gonna hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? But God, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, before I even get started, actually, no. Let me go straight to this, and I'll come back to the affirmations of the week in just a second. Okay, so you guys, this weekend, I heard sometimes you have to tear down to rebuild. Okay, sometimes you have to tear down to rebuild. Okay, it's just like you say, for instance, hey, think about going to the gym. You got extra fat that you're trying to get rid of, right? You got extra skin and all this kind of stuff. You're trying to get rid of it, okay? So, in order for you to get those muscles, you got to tear down that fat, right? You got to get in that gym and do those push-ups. You got to do that lifting other weights. You got to do that cardio. You got to put in the work, okay? You got to break down some things in order to rebuild, okay? Those carbs got to be broken down. That fat got to be broken down. That glucose and stuff, all that stuff got to be broken down and changed to the different formats in order to build muscle, okay? So you got to tear it down. You got to tear down the way you typically thought about your body. You got to just have a whole new mindset. You got to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm done. I am done with this. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? And now you have to take on a new mindset. So you got to tear down that old foundation. That old foundation was, probably some laziness, some procrastination. And as we're doing that, we're just constantly eating and having forming bad habits. Now they have to be broken. Okay? Thank you, kind spirit. Those habits have to be broken in order for the new you to emerge. Okay? And then, the second thing is that I'm thinking about, like when you say tear down to rebuild, you got the bandos, right? The boarded up houses, you know what I'm saying? They call them the bandos or the crack houses or the what do they call it? The sitters or the something or the squatters. There you go. Thank you, kind spirit. Where they go and they sit in these abandoned homes and, but those houses, that land can still hold value if you go ahead and tear down that foundation. You're not going to move new furniture into the bando, okay? You're not going to move your family into the bando, right? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to tear that mug down. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to redo that. You know what I'm saying? You have to, gut out some stuff in order for that new beautiful home to be there. You have to tear that down. It's rat infested. The pipes and stuff, rats and stuff have been going all up and down. You know what I'm saying? Snakes and all kind of foolishness and help destroy the house. Animals done been, raccoons done been living in there. It's time to tear that shit down, okay? In order for you to rebuild. But once you tear it down and you bring in this new material and you got these new builders and these teams of people to come in to redo the plumbing, to redo the sewage, to build this home. Now it's a brick, you know what I'm saying? And it's new and it's fancy. And, people don't even recognize the street when they ride by it anymore. They're like, this some new stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like with your body. People look like, oh, who is that? Is that still body? Oh, okay then. You know what I'm saying? Because you've torn down the old for something new to emerge. Okay? So yes. And I'm even hearing now, what is it, Ezekiel 37, you know what I'm saying, where, can these dry bones live? You know what I'm saying? Like all these dead bones around me, but hey, can they live again? Yes, they can live again, okay? All you got to do is have the faith and speak to it. You know what I'm saying? You know what he said? He told them to speak. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see here. Dry bones, right? I gotta find it, y'all. I gotta find it. Okay. Let's see here. It's the first thing I saw. Is this it? Yeah. I think this is it. Okay, well, somebody paraphrased it, but it says here, the hand of God is on me, and he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of a valley. It was full of bones. He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. He asked me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I said, Sovereign God, you alone know. Then he said to me, Prophesy or speak to these bones and say to them, Dry bones, hear the word of God. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you gotta start affirming. This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones. I will make breath into you and you will come to life. You know what I'm saying? So even those dead situations that you think like, hey, it's so dead, okay? It's so dead, like there's no life in it, you know? It's just like your body, like you might feel like, hell, I'm alive, but I'm dead because I don't even enjoy my life because I don't appreciate, when I look at myself, I don't like how I've gained weight. I don't like how I've let myself go, and that reminds me too that Spirit also said, I got this little note up here, to take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Be aware that, this new strand of COVID is going around, and we need to, be mindful of our immune systems to start doing things that will help boost our immune system. So talking to your doctors about, what things that you might need to do specific to your health, conditions, your health history. Just be aware that, COVID is going back around again. A lot of kids in these schools are being sent home, or whatever during the day. So just know, you just think about the things we did before. A lot of people were doing vitamin C and elderberry and, even probiotics and your vitamins all together. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that that a lot of stuff is still moving around. Thank God it's not as bad this time around with COVID. From what I'm hearing and seeing, I was speaking to my brother last week about people down in Burke County, Georgia, that are seeing COVID resurface. So just know that, take care of yourselves, and if you're out here, seeing people that, because some people are throwing up and getting, it seems like a flu bug or something like that, nauseous and stuff like that, can't eat. Still make sure, and I was just talking to somebody about this last night as well, make sure that you are replacing your electrolytes if someone is puking and throwing up a lot. I know we're quick to go and get the ginger ale because we know ginger is good for settling the stomach and helping with digestive issues, but it's not replacing electrolytes. So, if you need to get things like Gatorade or liquid IV, things like that to help replenish electrolytes. All right. And you know what? Things like that are good to have around too for those people that have hangovers. I was just talking to somebody about that last night, having like liquid IV and stuff like that to replenish your electrolytes and stuff like that. Yes, yes, yes. And also even with our oral health, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Try to, as much as you can, go to the dentist, because when we don't take care of our mouth, you know what I'm saying? We're doing all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Smoking hookah, eating beef and stuff getting in our teeth and all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And when we start allowing our not eating candy, eating sweets, doing all this right here. And sometimes we're just regular doing brushing, but we're not really getting in there. Got to get that floss out and floss as well, But knowing that when we have decay in our mouth, that it starts affecting other parts of our body, because now here this decays, we're swallowing it. So now it's going to other organs in our body and causing problems. So, you can do some research on your own on how, not taking care of your oral health affects other organs in your body. If you really want to see how important, because this is the first part of your digestive system, your mouth. Your mouth leads to your esophagus, which leads into your stomach, into your intestines and all of that. So you got to take care of this Okay. So I'm sorry if I'm stepping on your toes and you ain't been to the dentist in 3 years, but baby, it's time to go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yes, But anyway, so back that I had that's what I called a little sidebar, but that's what spirit gave me. It's on my notes, okay, because that's what came through in my meditation, okay. But yes, so yes, do know that you can't rebuild if you're not willing to examine things. You know what I'm saying? In order before you even go through the foundation breaking, you know what I'm saying, or recognizing that hey, it's time to rebuild. Well, hold up. Some of us are forced to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Because the foundation has been snatched out from under us. And some of us, we recognize that this is not where I want to be, or this is not what I want anymore. I want that house, but it's abandoned. I want that land, but it's abandoned. So I need to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? And it can live again. Okay. My body is not where I want it to be. So let me do the work so that I can live my best life again. Okay. All right. And so then, I even thought of the spirit even brought it to me like some programs, some companies, or, you think about some restaurants, they're on the verge of closing. There was a show that used to come on. I never really watched it because I don't really watch TV, but I remember it, some bar show, and the dude would go around to the different restaurants and stuff and help them save their restaurants. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's a matter of people coming in to help you revamp. And sometimes people just buy you out because, you know what I'm saying? Or they come in, management decides, you know what, I'm about to clean everything up because we're not growing. The foundation here is stale, is stagnant, is dead, okay? It's not going anywhere. So in order for us to see growth, we got to step up our game. We got to make some changes. We got to move with the times. You know what I'm saying? So then they bring in the headhunters. They bring in the people with ambition. They bring in people with creativity who haven't become complacent and settled, and where they are. Don't want to do no more. Don't want to give anything extra. Just bland, just barely doing the job, just to say they showing up. They like, no, we don't want that no more. They've lost their savor. They don't have any flavoring anymore. So in order for this restaurant to be restored, we're gonna have to get rid of some things. We're gonna have to redo the inside. We're gonna have to redo some things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, in order for this program, this organization to go forth. I've been through so many companies, particularly hospice companies, where they get to a certain point and then they'll sell it, and now this new bigger company or people with more ambitions, they come through and they change. People start leaving, staff start leaving, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they come in and get them out of there because you've been sitting here for years and the company isn't growing. Okay, so sometimes you got to break the foundation down and rebuild. Okay. Yes, that marriage, you know what I'm saying? It is stale and stagnant. Y'all don't do nothing but argue. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't even, yeah, you done, she done, we done, okay? Sometimes you got to break down the foundation to rebuild. That relationship, you know what I'm saying? You thought that, hey, him leaving me or her leaving me or going through that divorce or that breakup or whatever was going to break you to the point that you couldn't live again, okay? But see, yeah, it broke you. It broke your heart. It broke your spirit. You felt like your soul was broken. You thought everything within you was broken. And yes, guess what? It was. But see, that's when you can rebuild, okay? Because that is when you are broken, that's when you reach up. You know what I'm saying? And then start reaching and start looking within. You start looking to something greater. And that's when you start looking within, okay? Because I recognize that what's greater is actually within me, okay? So all I need to do is learn how to breathe through each day. You know what I'm saying? Because see, you thought about, you know what I'm saying? Well, you were divorced 5 years ago, or you broke up with somebody last year or 2 years ago. Okay, you thought you wasn't gonna make it, but let's look at you today. You're still breathing, and the pain that you felt 2 years ago, you don't still feel it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it ended. It's over. Life is still worth living. I've gone through the rebuilding phase. You know what I'm saying? My foundation was broken. I was broken. My heart was broken. But guess what? Sometimes things have to be torn down in order for you to rebuild to something new and something better and something greater. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. And let me just make sure, if there's anything else on here that Spirit wanted me to say about being tearing down and rebuilding. I think that's it. But do know that anytime things are broken down, that it's a tedious process. Yes, it is a painful process. It can cause you to go through a range of emotions. It's not going to happen overnight, just like that new house, tearing down that bando and getting that new house. You don't it don't happen overnight, baby. You got to go out here and pick out the material, what you know what I'm saying, for the home. What kind of brick you gonna use, okay? What kind of appliances you want, okay? You got to pick out the bathroom. You got to pick out all these different things, and then you got to hire all these different specialists in the areas of building homes in order to get it set up to get this house built. It don't happen overnight. It's going to take a little while. You know what I'm saying? And just like when you are going through your weight transition, you know what I'm saying, or your body transition, it ain't gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take some commitment. It's gonna take some dedication. It's gonna take some pain. Okay, your muscles will be sore. In the interim, you might need to go and soak in some Epsom salt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You might need to go have some massages and massage out those knots in your body. Okay, self-care. You know what I'm saying? But you get up and you stick to your plan. Okay, my plan is 3 to 4 days per week. I'm gonna be in the gym for at least 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. You know what I'm saying? Let's stick to it. Okay, let's stick to it. It's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be tedious. It's gonna be painful. But what would you rather have? The pain of you sitting on your ass, okay? And continuing to be depressed, continuing to gain. You know what I'm saying? Continuing to be moping and unhappy with yourself, okay? So that's just as painful as you getting up and getting out here and making some changes and making some moves. The older we get, the more challenging it becomes to change that fat to muscle. So we might as well start today because we ain't getting no younger. Okay? There's a leak in this old building, y'all. Okay? And you know what? It's time to move. It's time to rebuild. It's time to move forward. Okay? Yes. And I think about that. What's that song? I don't even, oh my God, that song's so old. It says like, I moved from my old house and I moved from my old friends and I moved to a brand new life. Thank God I moved out to a brand new life, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly if that was right, but you get the gist of it. I had to move. I moved to a brand new way of life. A brand new way of life only comes when you have a brand new way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? When you start looking at the pros and the cons, when you start looking at things realistically, okay? Am I going to sit right here on Instagram and Facebook all day when I could be out walking the dog? You know what I'm saying? I could take that dog for a walk up the street and back. You know what I'm saying? And I can go visit one of my neighbors, go see how one of the older people in the neighborhood is doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get to moving. Get to moving. Okay? Move from that old house, that old mindset, the old way of doing things, and move to a new. And let me tell you something. When you start doing those types of things, it's so beneficial to so many different parts of your life. It's more beneficial to you. It's beneficial to your mental health, to your time management, because now you have to fit it in. But you know what? Those times where you used to be like very lazy, don't want to get up in the morning. Now you got the energy. Your red blood cells are replenishing, and now you don't have to sleep in because now your energy is up. Your energy is improved. Okay, so there's so many benefits, you guys, but you cannot rebuild until you break down that foundation. And the true foundation is your mindset, your willingness to speak to those dry situations, speak to those dead situations. Yes, they can live again. Yes, you can live again. Yes, you can have those things that you truly desire. But it's going to take for you to break down that old foundation. All right? It's going to take for you to speak it out. It's going to take for you to make those steps towards it. Okay? Because even there, when they talked about those dry bones and those dead bones, the only way those dead bones and those dry bones, this fat gonna move is if I speak to myself and say, you know what? Yes, we're getting up. Yes, I'm gonna do something about this. Yes, I'm tired of the way this organization is going. Yes, I'm tired of the way my business is stagnant. Yes, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay with just making $1,000 profit per month. No, I'm not okay with just making $10,000 profit per month. No, I'm not okay with just making 50,000 profit per month. I can do better, and you know what? I know I can. So I got to break down my old mindset that okay, $1,000 per month extra income from this business is okay. No, 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 no. You can't become complacent. Okay. You can't become complacent because you know what? There's other people out there that's gonna get it. And see, but here's the thing: you came here. That's your purpose was to come here and to accomplish things. But you done got so settled in this bando. You've been in that bando mindset. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what the bando is, right? Y'all know what the bando is. Y'all know what's them boys' name? The Migos trapped out the bando. Trapped out the bando. That's an old boarded up house. You got this old boarded up house mindset, and there's a big mansion, a big beautiful house sitting behind it. If it's not even a mansion, it could be a $500,000 house. I don't care. $350,000, whatever your budget is, whatever you desire, sitting right behind it, but you still in this bando mindset. Okay, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Yes, those dry bones can live again. Yes, you can achieve a greatness after being broken. You know what I'm saying? That's where you build that character. That's where you find who you truly are. That's where you find your true purpose. You know what I'm saying? You find out wait a minute, what I'm made of. Because am I going to let somebody have that kind of control over me that I'm going to be like, oh, okay, so she walked out my life or he walked out my life and I'm going, yes, you go through your emotional, process. Like I said, it's all the process, but then you come to the realization that, so am I going to let another individual that has a life just like I do, and they're choosing to live their life and they're happy, am I going to let my life sit over here and be crying over somebody else, some individual that ain't thinking about me? They don't want me. Okay, so what? Am I going to sit around here for the next 10 years of my life, the next 10 hours of my day, the next 10 minutes of my day, and allow somebody to have that kind of power and control over me? Over me? No, 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 no. Nobody should have that kind of power and control over you. And that's why oftentimes we have to have that foundation broken, because then we have to rebirth. You know what I'm saying? We have to rebirth because we had that bando mindset. Now we got to have that mansion mindset. We got to have that new mindset. We got to be broken down. Yes, I was broken, but that's where I found me. That's why I found love for me. That's when I connected to the source of everything. That's when I found my spiritual God, my guidance, my inner voice that leads me to greatness. Nobody has that kind of power over me, and I would not allow anybody to ever have that kind of power over me again. Those are things you need to speak to yourself. Okay? You were broken. But listen, that foundation was broken, but you were broken as well. But you know what? You were put back together. The potter wants to put you back together again. All right now. But anyways, the affirmation for the week is, Wow. I am not afraid to speak my truth. That came out again. We just had that last week. So Spirit is saying, we need to do just like him. Speak to that dry situation. What is it that we truly want? Okay, well, we need to speak what we want. Your truth is, I desire to have a business that is soaring, you know what I'm saying? And I'm able to bring in this type of income each year. You know, my annual or my monthly net worth will be this. You know what I'm saying? My annual net worth will be this. Write out your plan. Speak your truth. You got to speak to that dry situation. And if that means sometimes if your business is not doing well, it's time to bring in some new people. Maybe look at the staff because some have become a little complacent. Okay? They don't come in with that joy. They don't come in with that creative energy. They come in, I'm getting this check, half rude to people, doing all kind of stuff with their phones during their shift. You know what I'm saying? Lord, I done seen all kind of foolishness out here. You know what I'm saying? People posting on what they doing during work hours. Lord, have mercy. God. Okay? So this pulled out another one. Flirt with life. Take a chance. Take a chance. The only way you're going to rebuild is if you take a chance. But you know who you're taking a chance on? You're taking a chance on you. You're taking a chance on you. Now, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, I'm only doing because I'm already at 31 minutes. Oshun comes out. Fearless love. Fearless love. Is there another one, Spirit? Do you have another name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit? Do you have anything else? Otherwise, we're going to close it out with Oshun. Okay. Wow, this love's come out. But we have Oshun, fearless love. The only way you're going to get to fearless love is when you break down that foundation. You can't be afraid anymore. You can't be afraid to go for it. You can't be afraid to try. You can't be afraid to love on yourself more than anybody has ever shown you love. Okay? You know, your parents may not have shown you the love that you can show yourself. Okay? So fearless love. Fearless love. Be fearless in your love for yourself, first and foremost. Fearless love for yourself. Love on you like it's your last day, boo. Okay? Love on yourself like it's your last day. And then you can attract in the kind of love that you truly deserve and desire because you love you. And the love you have for you will radiate. And it'll attract people in that are on your wavelength. People that have also been broken and rebuilt and found themselves and are ready. They are out here. Okay? They are out here. It's just that, you know, we have to, like I said, continue to work on ourselves and then let Spirit guide us because, you know, maybe this stuff we used to do, the old things, we got to break down the foundation of the ways we, you know what I'm saying? You thought that you was always you were going to find somebody in church and it didn't work out. You see what I'm saying? Because you find out there was two just like the street in there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you tried them at the bars and it didn't work out. So maybe you have to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up. All right. But you will. If that's something that you truly desire. But the only way you're going to have somebody that fearlessly loves you is when you fearlessly love yourself. Okay? And then Spirit, bring this out again. Divine lineage, baby. Remember, you are a spiritual creature. You are a spiritual creation. You're an extension of. Okay? So when you're an extension of, know that this life brings us certain things, certain lessons for us to learn. Yes, some of them are challenging because it takes for us to break down things in order for us to go to the next level. We have to break down our mindsets. We have to be so committed to ourselves. That fearless love for ourselves. We got to be so committed to the fearless. We got to have the fearless love for ourselves. We got to be so committed to me. You guys, I've got to be committed to me. And that means I got to speak to those dry situations without doubt, without fear. That's why so many of us don't get the manifestations because we're asking for something that we truly don't believe we deserve because we're still operating in fear. You know what I'm saying? We're still operating off the things that other people have told us, that have been spoken to us years ago. We got to break those chains. We got to break it in order to rebuild. Fearless love. Fearless love. In order for you to go to that next level, you got to pass this test. You got to, which is break down this way of thinking. Break down the way you've been doing things. Break down this foundation, or if that foundation has been broken, this is your time to find you. Fearless love for you. This is what's going on. If you're in that moment where you're feeling broken, it's time for you to fearlessly love yourself and fearlessly put your trust in something much greater than, you know what I'm saying, your situation. Okay? Spirit wants you to understand and know that once you have that fearless love, like Spirit has that fearless love for you, that unconditional, never changing, ain't nothing you can do that's going to stop him. He's just ready for you to recognize that fearless love and break, as you're going through this breaking down process, to find you. Find that fearless love. Okay? Because, baby, he keeps telling us we come from divine lineage. Not your physical family, but your spiritual connection is divine. Okay? So break it down and tear it up. Yes, those dry bones can live again, but you got to speak to the bones. And you cannot waver. Like I said, you cannot waver. You cannot doubt. You want that job. You want a job that will pay you the things that you know, that and I always tell y'all, be specific in your prayer requests. What kind of job do you want? I want to work on a job that pays me at least $40 an hour, at least $35, or whatever your pay range is. You know what I'm saying? I need to make at least $50. I don't care. Whatever it is with your skill set, you know what I'm saying, and where you are in life, you know what I'm saying? You want to have a job that allows me to pay my bills with ease and still enjoy life, do the things that I enjoy as well. I want to work on a job with a management team, or, you know, with a team of people that work as a team, where there's no little I's and big U's, and there's no competitiveness within the department, where it's to the point where there's jealousy and envy. But like I said, we work as a team to achieve the objectives. Yes. And we're all on the same team of growth and expansion, so that we can all maintain a job. Okay? But you got to be specific. You got to break down your old ways of just talking to God. Now you got to, or talking to Spirit, or whoever, or the way you manifest. You got to change the way you do it. You got to be able to speak to it and not waver and doubt. And when you catch yourself wavering or doubting, then you got to go back to speaking to that dry situation again, over and over again. Okay? I'm going to stop because I feel like I'm preaching, and I ain't no preacher. Okay? Well, listen, you guys, if you need anything from me, if this message resonates with you in any shape, form, or fashion, I ask that you will go ahead, again, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Thank you for sticking it out with me. I love you guys. You know, sometimes things have to be broken down to be rebuilt. Y'all have a great week.